Alright, hello everybody. I am VQ MasterDalK. I'm the caster for Team O Gaming as well. And I'm here to bring you another replay cast. Of course, going to be joining me is wonderful observer Curran. And today's game is going to be between Soviet Gaming's Gemini and Quantic Gaming's Ostojiy. It's going to be on Aklon Wastes PVZ.
Game resumed.
So let's get into the game now. Gonna be spawning on top of our red Protoss. Again from Soviet Gaming, he is Gemini. And over on the bottom right we have our blue Zerg from Quantic. It is Ostojiy. Alright, so this is a PVZ on Aklon Wastes. This is kind of a bad map for Protoss just because of how open this map is. But of course, a good Protoss can always overcome it. Even though that this map starts to get just a little bit harder for Protoss to work with towards the late game. This map is so open, which allows you to basically have the ability to put a column down anywhere you like. It allows you to have an easier proxy warp-in possibility. Right now, we do see that Gemini over in the main base just going to be scouting right now. And now it looks like he's just going to be stealing a few minerals. Well, trying to, but not going to be successful. Not going to be following this drone. Ostojiy going to be taking his 15 hatch before pool. This is a more greedier type build, but of course, Gemini looks like he's going to be doing a Nexus first build anyway, so it's going to be pretty okay for him. As, of course, Aklon Waste, pretty big, and again, also very open, so Zergs, they tend to go send 1 or 2 Zerglings around the map, just trying to figure out, is there a pylon anywhere, do I need to worry about anything, and they usually will not go for such a frontal attack. And it looks like Gemini, at the moment, just going to be doing his wall-off that he did post on /r/ATP. This wall-off basically is Gemini approved, so it seems like it should work. And right now, it's pretty quiet. And not too much going on right now. The queen is going to be on the way. Double queen, in fact, going to be coming out of Ostojiy. And Gemini just getting up his natural expansion up here. Going to be throwing down his cybernetics core. As of right now, again, still very quiet. And both players just going to be macroing up. Going to be trying to figure out what they're going to be doing. Well, right now, we have +1 ground weapons going to be coming out of Gemini, as well as Zealot first. Now what this could mean is that he might be trying to go for some early warp gate pressure. Or he might be trying to go for some Sentry Immortal plus Mothership Core. The Zealot first is probably just so that he can move his probe out of the hole and then hold it without using a probe. Of course, Ostojiy going to be doing a smart thing. He's going to be going, or rather quick lair, at 6 minutes, going to be getting his metabolic boost almost finished up, so he can hold warp gate pressure just a little bit easier. And as soon as this lair comes out, it's going to be so much easier. I expect Ostojiy might be going for an early Swarm Host all-in, as the Swarm Hosts, they're just so good versus Protoss, because Protoss, they take so long just to set up their army And even if you do have the mothership core, which Gemini is getting at the moment, it's still very difficult to be able to keep your production up, and just to have enough units and to have the detection to deal with the swarm hosts. Right now, Gemini is going to be going for his Stargate. So probably just going to be for some Oracle harass followed by some Phoenix, or vice versa. The Phoenix are very good, especially at getting rid of Overlords, picking off Queens early on, and it looks like actually Ostojiy going to be going for a Spire. Mutalisks, very strong for his Protoss, especially in extremely large numbers, unless you have a ton of Phoenix to deal with them, or possibly Carriers, because Carriers always the answer in my books. Unless, of course, it's like Mass Corruptor Viper. Then it's not a good thing to do. Right now, Oracle gonna be coming out for Gemini here, and a couple of Zerglings are waiting outside of Gemini's base now, looking like they're just trying to find a way to get in. Gonna be heading over towards the third. Gonna be seeing that there is no third base out from Gemini as of yet. Phoenix gonna get queued up as soon as the Oracle finishes off there, and it looks like Gemini looking to be taking his third base soon enough. StarCraft has opted to go for the third base above his natural. A nice force field from Gemini going to be blocking out all of the Zerglings, and yeah, both players again just kind of macroing up, not really choosing to do much. These Zerglings haven't been able to do a lot, but right now it's probably going to be changing with the first 12 Mutalisks out from our Zerg player. Right now, taking a look at the units tab, there are only 2 Phoenix out right now, a third one on the way, and Gemini is going to be needing a lot more than that to be able to deal with the large amount of mutas that are going to be coming out of Ostojiy soon. And a Nidus network coming out now for Ostojiy, and this is going to be very intriguing, especially since Hydras are going to be coming out, and now Ostojiy in the natural base. Only 3 Phoenix out here to deal with it. Planetary Nexus has been engaged, but now the Mothership Core does not have enough energy for another one. Muta's going to be going straight for the main. There is no blink yet. 1 Phoenix will die. A third one has come to reinforce. The Stalkers are going to try chasing this. Right now, there's actually only 7 Mutas left. They haven't really done much. Only 9 workers killed in total by Ostojiy to the 8 of our Protoss player. +1 arrow weapons and +1 ground armor are going to be coming out now, and the Nidus Worm has been engaged for Ostojiy, so now it's going to be right outside the third. He's going to have a very easy time engaging this base and reinforcing. And now the Hydralisks are going to be popping out. There is also a Queen here for Creep Tumor production. And again, because Acheron Waste is such a big map, this is going to make it so much easier for Ostojiy to be able to reinforce his army so quickly. Right now, it's going to be double Phoenix production and +1 arrow weapons almost finish up. A lot of the Mutalisks died so quickly. Muscular Augments also not researched. So right now, Gemini will have a bit of an easy time trying to pick off these Hydras coming through the funnel created by the force fields one by one. And the time warp, if it does go down, will be so helpful. And now these Phoenix also, because all the good force fields from Gemini will allow the Phoenix to be able to pick up the Hydras, and with the Void Rays coming out, kill them off so quickly. Right now, looks like Ostojiy still just going to be keep on making more and more Hydra. The third base is getting created for worker lead for our Protoss player Gemini right now. And Gemini, it's looking pretty good for him. Ostojiy just has not been able to get in as of yet, and now with the Void Rays out as well for our Protoss player, it's going to be so much easier. Right now, it looks like the Hydras are going to be engaging at the natural, but nice force field, going to be keeping a lot of them in. The Phoenix going to be picking up quite a few. The Void Rays going to be finishing them off. The prismatic alignment has not been engaged as of yet. It's probably more so likely to go on the Queen or, say, a larger, more massive unit. Now, muscular augments still doesn't seem to be researched. Yes, it has not only Groove Spines at the moment. 3 Void Rays out, more and more Phoenix getting pumped out, and with this third base up, it's going to be so easy for Gemini to be able to stay on par with his Zerg opponent. But now the Cybernetic score is so close to going down, it will go down. That will prevent our Protoss player from building a lot of Stalkers, but realistically, he's going Mass Stargate at the moment. He is getting up his 3rd Stargate very soon, and looks like Zealot's just going to kind of get move commanded there. That's not too good. But at least there's just so many force fields available right now. Nice force fields going to be sectioning off so many Hydras, and now they're going to be Phoenix going to be coming in, picking up the Hydralisks, killing them off 2 by 2, killing off the Queen as well. Very well done. And now Gemini, 23 supply ahead, going to be moving on forward. But now the 3rd is open, so it looks like more Hydralisks going to be heading into the 3rd. A few more Hydralisks have just finished up. Muscular Arguments just starting up right now. And Ostojiy, he looked like he could have been able to do a lot of damage with a large amount of Stargate production. Gemini is doing a great job at holding this, although this creep is very close to getting into his base, and that's not very comfortable when you're a Protoss player and you can't even build in your own base because there's creep in your base. Creep in your base is a bad base. And another Nidus Worm going to be coming out. Well, more like a repositioned first Nidus Worm coming out from Ostojiy. So it looks like he's going to be engaging this natural expansion, which more probably a better choice, just because those Stargates are the main production facilities for Gemini right now, and he needs to get rid of them as soon as he possibly can. But there are just so many Void Rays. 5 Void Rays, 7 Phoenix, and of course the Mothership Core with the almighty Planetary Nexus and the Time Warp versus Mass Hydra, not going to be able to do too much damage. The Phoenix are taking quite a bit of damage, but they're getting microed so well, not going to be taking too much direct damage, and now the Phoenix is going to be lifting up quite a few of the Hydralisks. The Prismatic Alignment still yet to be used on the Void Rays, but still Gemini powering through all of these Hydras right now. And taking a look at the income tab, 70 probes to 53 drones. That is a huge lead for Gemini right now, and a 600 mineral income lead as well. Ostojiy relying so much on this Nidus Worm all-in to work is just not, sadly, for him. And with the Fleet Beacon now on the way, as soon as that Fleet Beacon finishes up, Carrier's on the way. I don't see how Ostojiy can come back from this, because Carriers are just so good, especially with this large amount of minerals that Gemini has. It'll just be so easy for him to be able to, you know, resupply the interceptors. And of course he has such a large gas bank as well. Right now it looks like the Cybernetic core is very close to dying. 4 more gateways are getting warped in, about to finish up. Nice force fields from Gemini there. Ostojiy still trying to work with pure Hydra, but again, Hydras, yes, they're good, but you need Infestors or Vipers or some other sort of units. You need those buffers for the Hydras to be able for them to stay alive for much longer and be able to deal more damage effectively. And right now Ostojiy is going to lose all of his Hydras here. The Cybernetic score has gone down, and GG from Ostojiy. Gemini going to be taking this game here. Going to be winning him that game. Of course, I'm VQ MasterDalK. Joining me again was Curran. You can follow me on Twitter at MasterDalK. Be sure, of course, to check out Vexiq.com. That is the website that has brought to you this YouTube and myself casting you these replays for you. Again, sure to hit subscribe on YouTube, like Vexiq on Facebook, and also thank you to the sponsors of Vexiq Balls. They are a great energy drink. Crash the System, Cooler Master, and Razorware. I am MasterDalK, and I'll be seeing you another time for another replay cast.